Hello everyone. Today we're diving deep into Antonblast on the Nintendo Switch, a game that's been making waves for channeling the long-dormant spirit of Nintendo's Wario Land series. And let me tell you, it's got the kind of chaotic energy that makes you wonder if Wario himself had a hand in its creation. But developer Summit Sphere wasn't just inspired by Wario. Oh no, my friends, this game is so wild, so wonderfully unhinged, that it feels like it could be a proper Wario Land sequel, if Nintendo had decided to give it a fresh coat of anarchic paint. With its blend of speed, precision, and clever level design, Antonblast is a thrilling experience that's only slightly held back by some performance hiccups. So grab your hammers, because we're about to smash our way into this review. What's the story? Antonblast stars the titular Anton, a dynamite-wielding maniac whose red-skinned fury would make even Satan feel insecure about his claim as the reddest being of them all. Speaking of Satan, he's the big bad here. And in a petty act of revenge, he sends his minions to steal Anton's most prized possession, his spirits. And no, I don't mean his morale, I mean literal alcohol. Enraged, Anton grabs his trusty hammer and sets out on a quest to reclaim what's his, and gives Satan a piece of his very angry mind. The setup is simple, yet it provides the perfect backdrop for the chaotic gameplay that follows. There's a raw, almost cartoonish energy to the narrative, and Anton's fiery determination is as endearing as it is intimidating. If nothing else, this story proves that you don't mess with a man's booze. Ever. Gameplay: Wario Land on caffeine. The gameplay in Antonblast immediately evokes memories of Wario Land 4. Anton, or his equally badass roommate Annie if you prefer, tears through levels like an unstoppable force of nature. With a hammer in hand and a thirst for destruction, Anton smashes boxes, obliterates enemies, and powers through obstacles with his clutch charge ability. But this isn't just mindless chaos. Each level is packed with side paths to explore and collectibles to snag. The ultimate goal? Reach the bomb at the end of the level, trigger it, and then dash back to the start before time runs out. These frantic countdown sequences are some of the most exhilarating moments in the game, as you navigate alternate paths and leave a trail of destruction in your wake. Replayability. The real challenge begins. Simply clearing a level isn't the end of the story. Once you beat a level, you unlock 2 additional modes: Time Attack and Combo Chain. These modes take the already tight level design and push it to the next level. Time Attack. You're given a strict par time to beat, requiring you to master the level layout and optimize every move. Combo Chain. Here you're tasked with maintaining an unbroken combo by strategically smashing boxes and defeating enemies. No health pickups, no safety nets, just pure skill. These modes force you to engage with each level in new and challenging ways, adding layers of replayability that few platformers manage to achieve. Even if you stick to the main story, Antonblast offers a remarkable amount of variety. The game clocks in at around 10 hours for a basic playthrough, but if you're a completionist, you're looking at double that time. Level design, constantly fresh. Antonblast never lets things get stale. Each level introduces new mechanics and ideas, keeping the experience fresh and exciting. One level gives you a power-up that turns you into a whirlwind of destruction, reminiscent of Taz the Tasmanian Devil. Another introduces a blazing fast shark buddy, or is it a transformation, that Anton can ride across land and sea. These unique mechanics are seamlessly integrated into the gameplay, ensuring that every stage feels distinct. Visuals. A flashback to the 90s. Visually, Antonblast is a feast for the eyes. Its art style is inspired by Newgrounds-style flash animations and 90s Nickelodeon cartoons. The exaggerated Looney Tunes-esque animations are bursting with life, from the terrified screams of enemies to the chaotic explosions that fill the screen. Every detail, no matter how small, adds to the game's charm. like the trail of A's that follow a foe as they're launched into a wall. The vibrant, dreamlike worlds are a joy to explore, and the attention to detail is impeccable. The Joy-Con's vibration feature adds another layer to the chaos, making every explosion in Smash feel tactile and satisfying. Audio. Chaos meets jazz. The soundtrack is a perfect match for the game's manic energy. Mix of pop, jazz, and cartoonish sound effects keeps the adrenaline pumping. From the crash of Anton's body, slam to the whimsical sound of an enemy's demise, every audio cue enhances the action. It's a goofy, high-energy soundscape that perfectly complements the game's wacky visuals. Performance, a few bumps in the road. While Antonblast is an incredible experience, it's not without its flaws. The sheer amount of on-screen chaos, explosions, enemies, environmental destruction can sometimes cause the frame rate to dip. These performance issues aren't game-breaking, but they are noticeable. Thankfully, the most recent patch has significantly improved stability, but there's still room for optimization. Final thoughts, Antonblast is more than just a tribute to Wario Land. It's a love letter to chaotic, high-energy platforming. With its fast-paced gameplay, quirky visuals, and exceptional level design, it's a game that stands out in an increasingly crowded indie scene. The performance hiccups hold it back from perfection, but they don't overshadow the game's many strengths. Whether you're a die-hard Wario fan or just looking for a fun, challenging platformer, Antonblast is well worth your time. On the Switch or any other platform, it deserves a spot in your library. If you've made it this far, it's time for my personal thoughts. Anyone who knows me or this channel knows that I was destined to love this game. The visuals, the art style, the sheer chaos. It's all so perfectly executed. It feels like a Game Boy Advance classic that somehow found its way to the Switch. And I'm here for it. When I first started playing, I went all in on speedrunning, tearing through levels like a madman. But honestly, I'd recommend slowing down on your first playthrough. Take your time, explore the levels, and soak in the details. There's so much to discover, and you'll get more out of the game that way. That said, the high-octane gameplay is an absolute blast if that's your style. Anton is a joy to control, with a moveset that feels refined and satisfying. The characters are brimming with personality, from Anton's perpetual rage to Satan's over-the-top antics. And let's not forget the dedicated scream button. Every game needs one of those now. The visuals are consistently impressive, with a style that feels like a blend of cow and chicken and Looney Tunes. The exaggerated animations, the chaotic energy, the little details like Anton's horrifyingly spread out teeth during a ground pound. It's all so delightfully unhinged. Performance issues aside, Antonblast is dangerously close to Nintendo-level quality. It's a game that embraces its inspirations while carving out its own identity, and it's an absolute joy to play. So, what are you waiting for? Grab your hammer and start smashing.